Alright, welcome back to the Scorchfarer. I'll be honest, I didn't know I would say this, but yeah, welcome back. Why is that? Well, I mean, I don't know, I just thought that, well, I don't know, I feel like if we played like last week, but not really, it was like 2 years, I think. Also, let's start with this. When I ended like the last part of the Scorchfarer, I ended like what I would consider maybe a mixed review. Like, I don't want to say I was completely negative on this game, but it felt that impression, me trying to think about it. If I were to check it, probably it's not like as bad as I'm making it out to be. However, like I said on Circle the Moon, the Castlevania, Castlevania ROM hack, not the Castlevania game, that this game dropped like, well, by now, like almost a month back, honestly. I think it was like early October. And I was thinking, should I play it, should I not? Because, I mean, maybe I'm not the guy for it. But, so I'm just going to lower the volume just a bit. Alright. And, well, I mean, I was on the fence regarding playing it, and it's like, well, maybe if the devs were to consider just sending me a message or something like that. It's like, hey, the game dropped, make sure to check it out, that type of deal. But I was thinking, nah, just, I'm asking for too much. However, like, when was, like, 2 Sundays back? Because, I mean, today's like, well, the early hours of the 5th of November, like, it's almost going to be 1 AM. I was like out of the city and I just got a message on Twitter. First, it was just my friend Sparky telling me that he got the list of the parts for the computer I want to build. Second, it was the Scorchfarer devs sending me a key for the game, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. Then I thought, a key? the first part was free, but like, yeah, like this second part, the DLC, well, the chapter 2, more like, you have to pay for that one, but it's nothing crazy. Like, I mean, on the Steam page it's like 100 pesos, which is like $5, and then you can get the digital art book for like 80 pesos, which is like $4, I think, something like that. So in the end, it's like something of $7 to $8, and in 180 pesos or something like that. So I'm surprised. I mean, well, thank you guys. I mean, like I said, they have, I'm going to say, impeccable PR. So they know how to handle like criticism. They know how to handle like publishing. So it's good for them. So, well, I guess we're going to play this and see how it goes. And I need to figure this out. It's probably not too crazy, but I guess I'll do a giveaway. Considering they just gave me the game, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give both the second chapter and the digital art book. I was going to gift it to my friend Sparky, but he actually bought the second chapter and the digital art book too. So So when I'm going to drop it, who knows? Right now, later. Well, it's going to be on screen, so don't try to use a scan for text or something, alright? Now, a bit of a note here. Unfortunately, I mean, it has been a while since this, but I have forgotten. But you cannot do this Steam thing of buying the game, having them on your account, and then just giving them away or give away the key. I'm pretty sure they use that to stop scams and scalpers and whatever, but I don't think I can do this giveaway as I intended. Just, I buy the game, I put the key somewhere in the video, and that's that. So, I don't know. If the devs have a better idea how we can do this giveaway, I'm willing to just, give another copy to anyone. I don't know. Because, I mean, they gave me the game. I think it will be fair if I just give it to someone, but my friends might already buy it, so. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We think of something, alright? But I do really want to give a copy to someone. Well, but anyways, without further ado, let's play it. Unfortunately, I just recorded like, I'm not sure if it was like 2 hours or I think it was like between 2 to 4 hours of Zelda ROM hack, so you know. Alright, well, this is the first episode, The Wonder and the Anchor, and the episode 2, Raiden Fortress. So this is the one we want to play. Did it say my progress? What progress? It's a visual novel. Did you read the last part? Yeah, alright. There's your progress. Just keep playing. Alright. Raiden Fortress. So, what should I expect? Or what should we expect? Well, first of all, what I want to do first is I want to finish the entire visual novel before I begin uploading, just in case, you know, I need to double check anything or just add anything on post-production. Well, anyways, also reminder that we can actually like click to check like the background. It's something that I forgot to do last episode, which I think I should be doing a bit more. Just, you know, I mean, they went on the effort to do this. Well, anyways, a few days after the terraformation exam, I'm sorry, I forgot if it was Michi or Mickey. Oh my god, I didn't ask them. I didn't ask them if it was Michi or Mickey. I hate English. If it was Spanish, it just would be Michi, and that's the end of it. Alright, whatever. Michi and Yuki were preparing themselves to take the day off. They had a lot on their minds, mostly in regards to what they had been told about the academy. They had been instructed to stay put. Yuki started at the ceiling with an empty expression as he sat on their shared bed, his heels poking out on his shoes, which were only partially on his feet. It didn't take long for Michi to notice that her partner was deep in thought. She wanted really badly to tease him, but decided not to say a single word. Well, I guess we can check? No? Okay. Oh, yeah, when it's open is. Yeah, I remember. A whole minute went by, and as the silence grew more uncomfortable, she took a deep sigh before speaking up. "You look a bit anxious," Michi said while she combed her hair. "Ah, you think so?" Yuki said. His mind had gone through many different subjects since yesterday, but the one that bothered him most was Michi's encounter with the harp woman. He felt like he had a duty to be there to protect Michi, and that incident had left him mad at himself. Even though he knew it wasn't his fault, he didn't want to bring that up now, as he knew Michi would become more apprehensive. "I understand. So many things have happened. Xiao telling us not to worry about what was going on at the academy is just impossible," Michi said. "Alright, well, we have a law, right?" "Well, alright, look, we barely started, but the text box says this, Yuki, and I will presume it will be Yuki saying it, but you know, it's like this and then Mickey. So, well, you know, maybe just a little check on that." Alright, well, I think it's just an issue. I mean, it could be just me, right? But maybe I think that if you're going to put like the character name here, which is a good thing, just put what the character is saying. Anything like, you know, narrated, just don't put anything. But I mean, maybe that's just me. Again, Yuki nodded. The fact that she already knew about it makes me a bit uneasy. Isn't like we have much of a choice. If we go back to the academy, they might take our Terra Magi licenses away. Then again, I don't know if we can trust Xiao after you know what, Yuki said. Michi looked up at the ceiling. "She can hear us right now, you know," Michi said with a smile. "I totally forgot about that. But I don't mind her knowing. I bet she will feel the same," Yuki said while crossing his arm. "Oh, nice. I like that animation." They remained silent for a moment before Michi went back to brushing her hair. A knock on the door could be heard. Yuki quickly put his shoes properly, moving towards the door and opening it slightly. Being more cautious than usual, he peeked outside. Vin was standing there patiently. "You two, to the main dining hall. You have breakfast that you won't want to miss," Vin said. Yuki looked at Vin with a puzzled expression. "Breakfast?" he asked before opening the door completely for him. "Yeah, Xiao told me to take you there," Vin responded. Michi approached the door, which caused an Immediate reaction from Vin, waving at her with his only available hand. Good morning, Uncle Vin. Did something happen again? Michi asked. She was quite apprehensive now of everything that happened around her. Since they arrived at Foxtrot, it had been nothing but surprises. Yeah, we got terrorist group going around, fucking terrorists.
Fucking terrorists!
And well, going back to the past kind of magic. Getting someone grandma into the process. Alright, well, yeah, just, you know, a little too much to be taking just for a couple of college students just getting here. Well, college students in this world, I think they're a bit older than the usual. Well, anyways, I'm not sure how to explain it. Let's just say someone made a very rushed decision yesterday. I still can't believe it myself, being added when he noticed the confused expression on their faces. Oh, nice haul. I like it. I want to take a minute to check like the backgrounds, because last time I did say that I would like them to just make more like images and, you know, backgrounds and whatever for the characters, because I think they have a very beautiful art style that I would like to see more, and they have a very beautiful world. You know, it has a very nice whimsical setting to it, so, you know, I want to see more. And well, yeah, I mean, of course describing it can only do so much, and I know it's very hard just to, you know, make assets, but I beg you guys, just make more assets, please. Anyways, once they arrived at the first level of the tower, they went directly to the dining hall. This room was around half the entire first level of the tower. There was a very long table near the middle of the room, surrounded by round tables that appear to have some accumulators within. You know, this is a very, you know, cozy kind of setting. I really like it. I mean, you know, when you think of whimsical, magical settings, I mean, you think of the dining hall of Harry Potter and places like that. You know, and Harry Potter had, I mean, I just saw the movies, alright? Don't ask me about the books. In the movies, they really present of it as a very like childhood-like fantasy of, if you're a child watching those movies, you get that sentiment of how would you feel if you were there. So, you know, this also makes me think of that, like, oh, this is a place where you could go, and how would you feel if you were here, you know. Very peculiar, I like it. The place was almost completely packed, leaving only a few seats left for them on one of the round tables. All the people currently having breakfast were the tower's personnel. Nothing seemed out of the place, but made Michi and Yuki wonder if that really was the case. Considering the recent events, well, some of the people who know maybe are, you know, a bit on edge. Here it smells really good, Yuki said as he followed Bin. I don't see Xiao, he added. On the other side of the room there was a large stage. The dining room was meant to serve different purposes, one of them being an events room. Since there wasn't an empty table at this point, Bin took them to one with two empty chairs. Well, that's good. Well, I mean, well, I was going to say, I guess being a school, it will need to accommodate as many students as they have, you know, with the chairs. And it's like, well, not really. I think I've been to a couple of college campuses where that is not the case. So at least they're making the effort here. What about you, Mickey? Michi asked to her uncle as soon as they got there. I have a reserved seat on the main table, don't worry, Vin said as he politely pointed. No, as he pointed at the long table in the middle of the room. Vin looked towards the stage at the moment, as if he was waiting for something to happen. Michi and Yuki took their seats. Considering what Vin said earlier, they came to the conclusion that something was meant to take place today. Vin left them and went to meet his colleagues at the long table. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem like anyone else knows, Yuki said as he noticed everyone at the long table appeared to be particularly disinterested in the stage. Michi nodded. She grabbed one of the pieces of sliced bread that were placed on the little box in the middle of the table. After a few minutes has passed, a sound grabbed the attention of most people in the dining room, one that the majority recognized very well. Also, I think I need a better surface for for my mouse, alright. Xiao's body faced through the ceiling of the dining room, landing right in the middle of the long table, near the middle of the room. Everyone sitting on this table appeared to be the most important personnel of the tower. Please continue with your breakfast, just passing through, Xiao said, as she began walking along the table in the direction of the stage, avoiding plates, glasses, and several trays where the bread was placed. Man, couldn't you just land on the ground like a normal person? As soon as they noticed Xiao's presence, everyone on the long table stood up and gave Xiao a salute, showing respect to the fox. It was very unusual to see her outside her office, so it was a surprise for everyone in the dining room. Michi was in the middle of eating a breadstick when she noticed Xiao. If Xiao is the one making the announcement, it must be important. I hope it is good news, she said. I hope so too. We could use some, Yuki replied. Xiao jumped onto the stage and turned around. It was hard to not notice that she had the attention of everyone in the dining room. There was some chit-chat coming from the students and apprentices. Everyone that worked at the tower remained silent. You can sit down, Xiao said. Everyone at the long table sat right after Xiao had spoken. Once everyone was sitting, Xiao took a moment to stare at everyone in the room. Some people from outside the dining room were peeking inside or standing right on the entrances. I wasn't quite sure when to make this announcement, but you all know how I like to do things, which is as soon as possible. I suggest a special event for this, but the person in question refused, said Xiao. Someone on the round table near the edge of the large dining room stood up and started to walk towards the stairs to the stage. She's a person that doesn't like that kind of attention after all, Xiao explained. Some years ago, a person retired from this administration for personal reasons, an invaluable figure in the development of modern anti-magic. I don't like to cause a commotion, but this time is justified. She is a very dear friend of mine and my former apprentice, Xiao said. Oh, it's her. Oh, I was thinking Wu, and it's like, yeah, her name is Wu, alright. Wu stepped onto the stage and walked towards where Xiao was. She was wearing the guard's uniform of the tower. She was also carrying on her chest the insignia of the commanders of Olhum. Is it Olhum or Olum? Well, I guess we'll say Olhum until something else happens. Also known as the Ashen Five, referring to the Sea of Ash of Olhum and the number of cities that have a commander in them. Her presence caused a reaction from almost everyone in the dining room. Most people were shocked, but in a very positive way. Today I want to welcome Wu de Yabu back into our ranks. She will assume her old position here in Foxtrot, that being the commander of the city, Xiao said. Wu looked extremely uncomfortable, but kept a very serious look on her face. Yeah, I guess she doesn't like theatrics, but it's important to know who's running whatever in the city, right? Alright. I also forgot that her name was Wu de Yabu, alright. I don't want to say a very Kojima name, but I'm saying a very Kojima name. Mickey looked in the direction of the stage with an amused expression. She's back, she said aloud. I just heard her saying that. She's back! What? Alright. Everyone in the dining room appeared to be in disbelief about the news. The people had seen Wu resign were convinced she will never touch a weapon again. Well, I mean, things are getting crazy out here. I know I said a lot of questionable things in the past. I hope I can regain the trust of everyone. And for everyone who doesn't know me, you can call me Wu. I don't like how commander sounds, Wu said. Well, I mean, they're not going to, you know, get in trouble for not respecting the authority, especially in military. Questionable things? What did she say? What did she say?
Yeah, why don't you tell me about that a little bit? Like what was the worst part about like the whole ordeal, like working on your show?
Probably working with all those filthy.
That was really bad.
I mean, as far as I know, it's the Fox people that are like, you know, kind of like shunned in society, but well, whatever. Oh, he just left the office saying, "Oh, you all fuckers made me sick." She just dropped her post. Alright, whatever. The vast majority of people in the dining room knew who the Yabu was. I get it, who the Yabu, because it sounds like ooh. Alright, what? Sorry. Be it having worked with her or having had a contract with her book series during their academy years, she was perceived as a legend by some people, one that didn't like the attention or status. It didn't take long for a standing ovation to take place. Wu was moved by the fact she was accepted right away. While looking in the direction of the table in which Finn was sitting, Michi noticed one of the prefects quickly walk in the direction of the entrance with an angry expression on his face. His departure went unnoticed. Some people were busy giving Wu a warm welcome. Finn was one of the people that didn't stand up. However, he was clapping as hard as the rest with a very serious expression on his face. "Uncle," Michi said with a slightly ashamed expression. The man that walked in the direction of the entrance disappeared long before the applause stopped. Michi continued to clap, trying to think of a reason as to why the man would not be happy about Wu becoming the commander once more. Wu was blushing quite a bit. She wasn't really expecting to have everyone cheer for her that way. Xiao shared a few words with everyone after noticing that Wu wouldn't be able to. As soon as Wu went down the stage with Xiao, she was approached by more than a dozen people. Mostly Terra Magi and members of Xiao's guard. Wu was immediately overwhelmed with all the attention. However, she tried her best to keep a straight face and respond as professionally as possible. Her social skills as foster of commander were slowly coming back to her. "We have to go congratulate her when she's less busy," Yukiharu said when he noticed the amount of people surrounding her. "I am happy for her, but a bit worried. Say, don't we have the motive now to give her a present?" Michi said. "She helped us find the book after all," Michi said with her eyes. "Oh no." Yuki simply nodded with a smile on his face. Did I skip something? I mean, I hopefully I didn't just click too fast. Alright, now it seems to be fine. The city's commander responsibilities were similar to that of a monarch. They made a lot of political decisions and represented their people when they went outside of Olfum to establish relations with the other administrations at Suhar. However, unlike a monarch, they were the first to be called to battle in case something jeopardized the stability of Olfum. In case one city had a problem with uninvited guests, select commanders would be dispatched to deal with the threat. A lot of factors would be taken into consideration, one of them being if there was a chance that the commanders needed to stay in their city. For example, in case they suspect there is a possibility of foul play in order to temporarily get rid of a commander. Commanders have a lot of responsibilities, and are also expected to be moral citizens that reflect the values of the cities they live in. Since culture changes from city to city, there are no guidelines to this, and it can change with the times. That is the reason why it's common for commanders to just interact with the general populace and speak with them directly every now and then. This last requirement was introduced by Xiao since the inception of Olhum as an independent country, to try to keep the commanders from becoming detached from the people they are supposed to protect and take care of. Alright, well, we got some humanitarian. Story continues, complete prologue, the second episode. Alright, we're getting our cheapos with this one. Right, chapter 1. Alright, well, that was quick, like, 26 minutes, and part of those was just, me doing the intro. Hold on, I think I need to stretch a bit. Alright, sorry about that. Just that I think I've been sitting like for like I don't know if 4 hours straight, but certainly 3 hours. Trying to just, you know, make the blood flow. Anyways, Patara. That's quite a strange name, said Yuki as he walked through Foxtrot along with Mickey. Or Michi. Sorry, I'm never going to figure out, I need to ask. I wonder if our friends under the bridge know about that person, Michi said. They were moving in the direction of the Brembar residence, having received a tip that someone could sell them magical rocks. However, finding this person could prove to be a challenge according to some, since they will change location every now and then. It's still quite early. I wonder if they are already awake, Michi said as soon as they arrived at their address. A very nice unwrinkled door. I'm pretty sure this is the door we left through, said Yuki, even if they had left in a rush, and it was quite dark when they did. It was hard not to recognize that door. The entrance to Amber's home was quite unique, as if he had made it himself. Michi knocked on the door a moment later. The little peeking door opened. After a few seconds, Michi and Yuki could see a pair of yellow eyes on the other side. They were fixated on Michi, and eventually moved on Yuki. Not a single word was spoken, making things a little awkward. Hello? Is this Brembar's residence? Michi asked. She feared that they had arrived at the wrong house after all. Yes, said the person on the other side. His voice let them know that it might be a child. You must be Lua. Who told us all about you? She seems to have enjoyed meeting you, Michi said with a smile. We are Michi and Yukiharu. Your father might remember us from a few days ago, said Yukiharu. Dad told me about you. I will go get my dad. Don't leave, said the boy, closing the peeking door and running off. At least his father taught him well about not opening doors for strangers, said Michi. The small fox beasts are usually well behaved because of fear of feral nature, Yuki said while closing his eyes, looking proud about his own species. I believe it. I see it every day in you, Michi said with a smirk on her face. I'm not small anymore, Yuki said, puckering his lips a bit. Michi just smiled at him. The door opened at that moment. Lou appeared once more, and with a hand gesture motioned them inside. Come on in, Dad will come down in a moment. You can wait for him there. Here, said Lua. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Michi said as she made her way inside along with Yuki. Oh yeah, it's this place. The pleasure is all mine, Lua said while fidgeting. He placed his hand together in front of his body while squeezing them a bit. Yeah, it's the little guy. Yukiharu made a small head nod at the boy. Your head is quite unusual. Does your father help you with it? Yuki asked. That doesn't know much about hair. His is a mess, Lua said after grabbing and taking a look at his braids. I asked the woman at the market to teach me. I usually tie rocks on them if I run out of pocket space. They are comfortable and I think they look pretty, said the boy with some confidence and a bit of an excited tail wag. Michi smiled at him. I usually tie my hair with brushes. It's so long that it gets in the way of most of the time. Maybe you could teach me how to make a braid, Michi said. That could prove to be a challenge. Your hair is longer than my boy's height. He'll get it done, after several tries, said Amber, who was standing in the kitchen entrance. He was wiping his glove with a small towel. Yukiharu made another head movement towards Amber, trying to be as polite as possible. Good morning, Mr. Amber. We wanted to thank you for your help the other day. We went and took the terraforming test the day after, and we got our final approval, even though, now that I think about it, they never gave us our final grade, said Yuki while rubbing the back of his head. Oh well, if they didn't kick you boys out, I'm pretty sure you made it. I hope. Alright, sorry if this playthrough includes a lot of jump cuts, but I have been trying to figure out a way to record this comfortable, and it has been nothing short of a nightmare. Zelda ROM hacks I have been recording are gonna play with that too. Well, anyways, Michi made a hand gesture, greeting Amber as soon as she laid eyes on him. I'm glad. Did they give you any spoken performance evaluations. Will there be anything else after that one? Asked Amber, who made his way to the cupboard, grabbing a few cups from there. Ah, please take a seat. I will make you something to drink. Lua, can you help me? Amber asked. Lua began to pile up books and remove the rocks from the kitchen tables. Michi approached Lua and helped him to gather everything. Xiao said that we did much better than expected. Not sure what she meant with that though. And no, that was the last approval we needed. Now we have to think about which city we want to help. We will be traveling very soon, Mitch explained. We will go on a small tour, visiting 2 different cities that need anti-Maggie with our skills, Yukiharu said, as he moved closer to the table to help them get it ready. We also came with a small request, something more personal, Yukiharu said. Also, I think I said this before, sorry to repeat again, but maybe make the text box a bit darker, because I mean, sometimes like anything that looks clear in the background can just get lost a bit of the letters. I'm a terrible reader, don't get it twisted, but you know, certainly, yeah, I have a little trouble with that too, so, you know. Just that's a consideration, maybe it could be an option. Anyways, Amber started to boil water when he turned around to see in Yuki's direction. Do you know a person called Patara? We were told that people that require materials for crafting are usually quite familiar with her, Yukiharu explained. Ah, Patara, yes, of course. Her name I hadn't heard in a while. She has a few different hideouts around the city. You might need to go visit them one by one in order to find her, Amber said, quite amused with the mention of that name. Were you sent to find her? Amber asked while he adjusted his hair around his ear. Lua sat on his designed chair and continued drinking from the cup that was already on the table. Actually, the person we talked to gave us an address. He said that we might find her there more than likely. We have the intention of buying something from her, but Michi began explaining. This person looked quite worried. He mentioned that it was kind of dangerous. It sounded kind of unlawful, Michi finished. Yuki simply nodded and handed over the note the man gave them. Who gave them the note? I'm not sure if it was like on the previous chapter or I wasn't paying attention, or you know, it was just like in between, like, you know, from scene to scene. Yeah, a bit, Amber said. He placed the note down on the table and took a sip from his cup. Patara cells use nuclei for some magical mechanism. Those can be used for weapons. I used to be a client of hers when I couldn't get my hands on a particular piece. However, she primarily sells reagents from outside of Foxtrot, Amber began explaining. Her group travels all around Usu, looking for rocks, plants, and other materials to sell them. Since they are such a large group, they gather quite a lot of stuff, including large items that would be impossible to transport as an individual, Amber said before taking another sip. As you may imagine, most of their profitable venture is in public business, even if it has been quite a few years since I had contact with them. I'm not surprised that they are still around, Amber said. They haven't got arrested. I see why it could be prohibited. Taking raw materials from areas that have recently been terraformed isn't permitted. There aren't enough people to protect all that territory, Yukiharu said after listening to Amber. We are glad we came to ask you first. We're not going to get into trouble, Yukiharu said. For some recently approved Terra Magi, I don't think it's a good idea to go to such a place, Amber said before releasing a chuckle. He cleared his throat before continuing. I always have thought it was suspicious that they continue to exist. I imagine Xiao would have a solid case against them already in order to kick them out of the city. This city is pretty safe, and the surrounding areas are as well. The only thing I would worry about is if they misunderstood your intentions and think you're Xiao's spies or something like that, Amber said. Actually, I'm curious about how you found them in the first place, he asked. You two are either very lucky or very naive. This made Michi blush a little. We wanted to buy something before leaving Foxtrot, so we asked someone at the bazaar where we could find a certain type of object. I think he must have misunderstood what we meant with that, said Michi. What we want to buy isn't prohibited, but I don't think we will find it in any regular Foxtrot store, Yukiharu said. He wanted to let Amber know that they meant no ill intent with their purchases. Yukiharu took a small piece of paper off the table and wrote something on it really quickly. This is the name of the person that gave us the address, Yukiharu said, with a much different tone of voice than before. Michi noticed it right away. She knew exactly when Yukiharu would speak like that, and that is when he was lying. It was hard for the folks to not feel nervous unconsciously. Amber read the piece of paper. We're looking for magic rocks. It is a present for Lua. We want it to be a surprise. After looking at the pair for a few seconds, the man smiled. Very well, if that's the case, I think I can certainly help you. You probably won't even meet Patara herself. Her storefronts are very normal looking, Amber explained. They will probably ask you to identify yourself. It will be better for you both not to mention you are Terra Magi. No offense, but they probably won't offer you any item that could be deemed illegal. Mostly because of your appearance, Amber said. What is that? Yuki looked down at his clothes without saying a word. Well, I guess he just looks like a dude, an average guy. Not just, you know, some shady guy. Just go in there, buy what you need, and leave without asking any weird questions. I could go with you, but I really don't want to meet with that woman, Amber explained and then laughed a bit. I think that with what you told us, we can manage. I mean, if it appears to be a normal store for the general public, it shouldn't be too different from going shopping somewhere else, Michi said. I'm really curious now. There must be a good reason why they are still operational, even if they are really easy to find. Silent pack, perhaps? Yukiharu said. Amber just shrugged. We should get going, just in case we actually take longer to find her, Michi said. Thank you very much for the information, Mr. Amber. We owe you one. Again, Michi said, who quickly drank the contents of her cup. There is nothing to give thanks to. After all, it will make someone I know very happy. Just be careful, don't get distracted and be alert, Amber said, before taking a look at Yonawar Lua. Like I said, just don't let anyone know who you are, he finished. If that's the case, we should leave this here, said Yukiharu before putting the Prince Rock, which unlocked the tower bedroom on the table, as well as his Terramite identification that he received a few days before. Just in case they make us empty our pockets, Yukiharu said. Ah, right, Michi said before putting her identification on the table as well. Sorry about the inconvenience. Thank you again, Michi added hastily. Amber took their belongings and put them inside a kitchen drawer. They'll be right here when you come back, the man said. Just don't get shanked, stabbed, or anything. Any shady business, alright? Well, I mean, did they say they wanted to buy a present for Lua? I thought they wanted to buy something for Amber. No, not for Amber, for Well, again, I must be... Maybe I need to pay more attention. Anyways, after leaving the Bremba residence, they started to make their way towards the address they were given. For some reason, I ain't surprised that Mr. Amber knows about that person, said Yuki with a slight mocking laugh. I wonder what type of person they are. That Patara, he mused as he looked directly into the road ahead. Michi grabbed Yuki's arm. She spoke after a few moments. As someone that has been involved for so long in those jobs, it would be weird for Amber to not know that kind of person, Michi said. Let's just be careful. Let's stay away from me, Yuki said while showing a slight serious face. Michi just nodded. Alright. After walking for no more than 2 minutes, they reached a part of the city in which they had been before, but they noticed the ancient tail shop they had just passed by a few days ago. It was much less crowded today, with the sounds from the bazaar still able to be heard, but quite distantly. Yukiharu read the plate that was hanging from the walls near the alley. This way, he said before starting to make his way upstairs. After examining the first door they encountered, Yukiharu noticed there were only 2 doors in the entire street. A red door. It should be this one. It smells weird. Incense? Yukiharu said. His nose was very keen to notice that kind of smell. The door is permeated with the smell, even from the outside, he continued. Michi let go of Yukiharu's arm and knocked on the door. There was no response from the outside. There was a small sign on the door that read, Ambrose and Nobles Books. A bookshop? Yukiharu asked. A fake business probably, like Amber mentioned, Miki said. She extended her hand and tried opening the door. Both of them were a bit surprised to find the door was unlocked. Should we go inside? Michi asked. After examining the outside building a little more, Yukiharu nodded slightly. I wonder if there are guards close by, Yukiharu said before following Michi, who had stepped in front, moving towards the door. Well, I mean, it's probably just, just like any other store, you just walk in and, they deal the business inside. Unless, it's empty. Excuse us, Michi said as she pushed the door with her body and made her way inside. They found exactly what the name of the shop advertised, a small bookstore with a lot of bookshelves that clearly has seen better days. They don't clean around much. The gloomy aura from the place let them know that this appeared to be quite old, almost as old as the city itself. Could use some dusting, Yukiharu thought. Well, I mean, doesn't look that. I mean, and you have like shiny rocks on the wall. It doesn't look like too scary. Maybe the red chandelier makes it look a little creepy, but looks whimsical. Oh, now we can use this. After closing the door behind them, the door was suddenly illuminated by crystals randomly placed on various levels on the bookshelf. Well, it is open. There should be someone here to attend us. Hello? Michi said as she walked towards the middle of the store. Yeah, but let's check a bit. Search for sparks, alright. Oh, here's one. This book is quite heavy for its size. I don't think I can recognize this language. I can't even open it. Me neither. Some bugs are crawling out of it. A silverfish? Well, like Minecraft? Be careful, maybe it has some kind of course. Judging by its condition, I think it will probably crumble into dust before it managed to jinx us. Yeah, it's just an old book. Unless that? Or I mean, that seems to be it, right? Oh, okay, you just move the cursor until something happens, I guess. Lambanico, the cubic planet. just Minecraft all over this place. Now this is a book I haven't seen in a while. Oh, so nostalgic. I have a copy as well. Must be somewhere in my parents' house. That was more than a decade ago. 3 kids are going to adventure without adult supervision. It kinda reminds me of us. Yuki, now where are the adults? It sometimes doesn't feel that way. Well, books about Minecraft, that's neat. All sparks found, no thank you. I think I should have just gone ahead and just, revisit the first chapter and get those achievements. Anyways. Alright. It looks like a bit neglected. Is this really a good idea? Yukiharu asked as he joined Michi. Since his sight was better than Michi's in dark places, the man tried to keep an eye on the dark corners of the room in case someone was lurking about. Some gremlin in the corner. Well, I mean, if this is a store, then it shouldn't be like an intrusion. Unless it's kind of an invitation only. Well, whatever. They left the door open. Michi placed her hand on her hips. If the door is open, it must be a functioning establishment, Michi said with a smooth tone of voice. Well, I mean, yeah. Michi spun her body at hips level and stopped as soon as she examined the shop's main desk. After letting out an almost inaudible shriek, she made a quick step towards Yuki, grabbing his arm in the process. What she saw. A young man was sleeping behind the desk on the other side of the room, almost as if he didn't want to be noticed. He was asleep in a bizarre position. He was there waiting. Yuki, is it normal in Foxtrot for every person in charge to be sleeping in the middle of the day? Michi said, well, they are foxes, they sleep all day. Yuki frowned a bit before stepping closer to the main desk. He noticed a folded pocket not close to the man, which made him stop Michi from moving closer by placing his hand on her shoulder. Yeah, I will go outside, knock on the door again, and see if this guy wakes up. Want to use, startle him. First of all, I think they might have already woken up with our conversation. We weren't exactly startled about our entrance, Yuki said. He raised his voice to grab that person's attention. Excuse me, Yuki said as he slightly leaned over the desk. The man woke up almost immediately, yawning the moment his eyes landed on Michi and Yuki. His eyes widened the moment he noticed that his knife was right there on the desk. He hastily opened the drawer behind the counter and threw the knife inside. Do you need something? You could have saved the knife first, whatever. Well, guy is reckless, that's for sure. Yukiharu kept a good eye on the knife until it was out of sight. He wasn't really alarmed since he noticed not anything on the man's voice. Yeah, I was just peeling potatoes. The man rubbed his eyelids as he stood up from his chair. Are we going to get portrait? Are you customers? The young man asked before he ruffled his hair. He was around 15 or 16 years old. He's just a brat. He's just a brat. Michi had her eyes wide open as she stared at the teen. We just want to buy rocks. Did we arrive at a bad moment? Michi asked. The teen didn't appear to be particularly interested in their conversation. Someone told us that there might be a store that sells rocks around here. We were wondering if you did. We'll leave right away if that's not the case, Yukiharu said. No, you are correct. We sell that stuff. Just that it has been a while since we had a customer. Probably 3 days. The teen said, it's my fault for sleeping on the job. The boy pulled his hair up and placed a clip on his bang to keep them from his eyes. Alright. he's not a jerk, he's not an asshole. We're buying rocks. Blue, yellow, pink, whatever, man. Alright. Wait, you're the one who gave us the address yesterday, Michi asked as she approached the desk. Do you really have my rocks here? It was... Alright, cannot blame the guy for just, underground publicity. Handing flyers. Yuki frowned a bit as he recognized it in. So your recommendation was because you work here. Not that there is anything wrong with that, but why didn't you say so, Yuki? God damn it, just made us run in circles. He was already a bit suspicious of the place before, but now it was also a bit awkward. He crossed his arms while he waited for an answer. About that, I didn't lie. You can buy rocks here from Bethara. It's just that I thought you would come here at night, not during my shift, the teen explained. Well... well, you could have expected better. Come, I promise it's safe, he said before getting off his stool chair. Yukiharu stared at the man as he took them to the other side of the room. After a moment, he made a head motion, to Michi, letting her know to follow him. Michi smiled at Yuki and began walking close to him. Even if it didn't look like it, she was quite alert at everything around them. Well, that's good. We don't want to get jumped in the weird antique bookstore. Next room is just a pentagram on the floor, just waiting for its next sacrifice. I hope not. Alright, well, whatever. We want to purchase something small, nothing too noisy nor potent. If it has heat properties, even better, Michi said before grabbing Yuki's hand again. Why did I say hand? Whatever. I can't read it. After moving between a few crates in the room, they found themselves in the front of a curtain. Don't worry about it. She has more rocks for sale than what she can realistically sell. You'll find something for sure, the thing said. Just keep this small talk at a minimum. You will never leave this place if you do so, the thing suggested. Alright, you're suspicious, a little threatening, but let's just follow the instructions, alright? Well, keep that in mind, thank you, Yukiharu said. Yukiharu went inside there first, and then Michi. Ugh. Fancy place. Sort of rocks around. They found themselves in a very large room. The incense smell grew threefold the moment they stepped inside. There was a warm light coming from a large window on one side of the room. Alright, so this place, you can look at the outside thing. There's some natural light going on. And no pentagram on the floor, so that's a plus. The place seemed to be quite tidy. Besides the sack piled up together on one of the corners, Michi and Yuki could see that these sacks were filled with rocks, feathers, herbs, and fabrics. Near the middle of the room, there was a large couch with some pillows on it. A woman was laying on it, as she appeared to be reading from a book. I hope you're mine. Itadakima? No, it's... What did you say when you come in? Whatever. A few moments after Yukiharu and Michi went through the curtain, her attention shifted immediately towards them. She removed a pair of plugs from inside her fox ears. Nice. She doesn't look shady at all. It's a little too much of a diva. Well, anyways, what do we have here? Welcome. She was wearing nothing but a gown. Ow. Well, you know. Is this a bad... Is this a bad time? Are we interrupting? Yukiharu asked as he noticed how the one was probably just relaxing. Without standing up, the woman rolled over on her stomach as she placed her elbows on the couch armrest. Are you really? Whatever. She's very like that. Of course not, my boy. Come in, come in. What can I do for you both? She said with a very enigmatic voice. She started swinging her feet in a playful manner. Alright, this is just red flags all over. I mean, it's probably just, you know, a playful person. We're going to, to the shady door on the bookstore just to meet this person. I don't know, I mean, I don't feel safe. Oh, look, now we can look. If you're looking for refined and pristine raw materials for all your magic purposes, you came to the right place, Patera said. She extended her hand to grab a large blue shiny rock that was just resting on her tea table. Yeah, do you mind if we just look around the place? Alright, we got a couple of things. Beautiful painting. This painting has a lot of detail. It's quite romantic. Very beautiful, miss. Alright, let's have this. Halo ring. I have never visited a desert before. Dry climates aren't my thing, but I would like to experience different kind of places at least once. Oh, we're talking with her. We're not just whatever. My first home, Augustus, and arid and mysterious. The sunsets are a unique spectacle in Usu. However, for a Shepsaldian like you must be careful or your skin will crack. I'm not sure if I want to go anymore. Well, you should visit during the rain season, even though it's very short. You should. Nothing that some healing magic and moisture can fix. Alright, well, Alice is very honest about it. Bam, bam, bam. Home. Your home is really interesting. Thank you. Every piece has its own history. I'm quite a sentimental woman, man. I can read. It is very hard to get rid of the stuff that reminds me of the people I love. A lot of stuff has your face on it, though. Not all of them, just stuff that I can't see my reflection on. Neat. Not sure if she's serious or not. Yeah, well, she's quite a character. Ashen Rock. Wow, is that really Ashen Rock? I didn't know they could be that big. That's an old name, though. One of the monarchs of Suhar. made a formal complaint about the true origin of the rocks. Is that so? Where are they really from then? Apparently, that man thinks they all come from his kingdom, when in reality, the ocean spit them out all over the world. That's what I read. So what are you using it for? Harvesting its almost unlimited power? A heater, of course. Well, you mean... Never mind. All sparks found it. Alright. Yukiharu noticed something. Notice some of the items around the room could potentially be legally obtained, and some others not so much. If they were gathered through the proper channels, there was nothing wrong with selling this type of materials. Yeah, but we have these blue rocks that we cannot sell out in the public. Oh god. But she was quite surprised with the woman, and a bit embarrassed of how careless the woman was about her clothing situation. Well, it is her home, but if she's expecting people, well, whatever. Thank you. We're looking for a rock, Michi said. A magic rock, to be exact, Yuki said. He tried not to stare directly at the woman for obvious reasons. He looked around the room, noticing that it's more like a bedroom rather than a part of the store. Yeah. Padara sat down on her couch properly, placing one leg under her buttocks. Well, couldn't you say just... She said... Well, whatever. I guess I can't explain the position. She crossed her arms and pouted. Sadly, this neighborhood has less people as time goes on, my boy, the woman complained. Young people seem to appreciate the more colorful areas of the city, and they are usually my biggest clients. The Verview Bazaar isn't as popular as it was 10 years ago, but you are here, Padar said happily as she extended her arms towards them both. Now that I think about it, my last client was a woman that wanted rocks simply to illuminate her house, like adornment. I want Maggie, not simple mortals, people that know about this stuff, Padar said. And you have a face that tells me that you know what I'm talking about, said the woman with an excited expression, while throwing the rock she was holding from one hand to the other. No, we're just tourists. Tourists from where? Oh god. Yukiharu showed the palm of his hands with a very nervous smile on his face. Maybe we know the basics, just the stuff for beginners, said Yuki. You see, the rock is only a present. Oh, well, that doesn't appear to be a lie. You know more than the rest. That is enough for me. If you confess to me that this person wants to use it as a decoration, I will cry, said Patara in a joking manner. Yukiharu nodded. I am pretty sure it won't be just decoration. It will have a worthy owner, he responded, even if he knew the woman was just joking. Michi moved her hand through her hair, looking slightly nervous by how big energy the woman was. Really, is that why you decided to write this? I mean, she ain't wrong. She has quite the diva. She has quite the diva energy for sure. Alright, she has quite the presence. We are looking for a heat rock, small, nothing too rare, maybe something easy to carry, and that doesn't grab too much attention, said Michi. Could you show us what you got? Yukiharu asked, careful with how you word things. My guy. Of course, my kid. I have everything you need, Patara said. She finally stood up. She gracefully jumped off the couch. She led them both towards the opposite side of the room, where they could find 4 large drawers. Patara pulled on the handle of the second drawer from the bottom. The contents of the drawers were just rocks, tons of them. It appears that these drawers were color-coded, as most of the rocks in this one went from light pink to bloody red. Let's see, small. I have some flammable rocks for torches or cannons, some that cauterize wounds or produce them if you aren't careful, some that absorb heat. This one illuminates very dark rooms, and this one simulates body heat temperatures. Yeah, that seems like the one. Patara pointed. at the room as she explained them. Oh, I am a very good sculptor. You can ask me to shape them into any form. Patara laughed. Michi tried to memorize each of the options, trying to figure out which one would be the best for Lua. I think the ones that could start a fire are definitely dismissed. Something to warm up a bath could be a good option, for example, Yuki said. Even if they wanted to get Luas a good rock, he probably already has one like that in his collection, judging by how many there are in the Brentbar's residence. I see what you mean. Low power rocks end up with more practical uses than stronger ones most of the time, Patara said. They are much more stable as well. Patara picked a few rocks that Michi and Yuki were interested in and went back to sitting on her couch. She placed the rocks on her tea table. Michi and Yuki stared at the rocks with a lot of care. Eventually, Yuki's ear flickered before asking something that was on his mind. Are they expensive? I have never purchased magic rocks before, he confessed. Huh, these? Not really. Not these. Maybe just a few coins actually. I have a much larger variety of rocks. Variety of rocks that need a lot of dedicated shops around Usu, Patara began explaining. If you want something more special, you can always place an order. However, that could be a little too costly for your shallow pockets, Patara said with a smile. Don't worry, we're not here to terrorize the city. I'm just here to give a gift. Michi stared at the rocks for a few moments after asking what each of them did. They decided on two specific ones, one that could hop in your hand if you blew on it, and another that could safely be put inside a blanket to heat it up. I will charge you 1,000 each. What do you think? Patara asked before crossing her legs. What kind of economy do we have? Is it like yen type economy where it's like 1,000 monies per purchase? Or, the dollar type of economy where 1,000 is a little too much? Yuki looked back at Michi. He noticed that she was already doubling their little trade. Even if buying these two little rocks was not exactly problematic, they were still helping fund their other ventures. At this point, it was unclear if they really were doing things with permission or not, but considering their business operated within Foxtrot and in several locations, it made Michi think they could be legal. Alright. Neither Yuki nor Michi wanted to ask a question that it could anger the woman. They could feel it from there that, without question, she was a powerful Magi. Their anti-Magi training made them very sensitive to sources of magic. It was hard for them to measure the rock's magical potential because of Patra standing close to them. She used magic from every part of her body. This also worked the other way around. Patra probably realized they were anti-Magi the moment they stepped into her bedroom. They're going to start to brawl it out here. Letting her know that they were Terramai was probably the last step to get into an argument, or at least so they thought. We'll take them, Yukiharu said. Patra clapped her hands together. Thank you so much. Give me a moment. I will give you a small pouch to carry them. You don't want to drop them by accident on your way home. Patara said as she grabbed the rocks. While she walked towards the other side of the room, she spoke. You definitely aren't from around here. I can feel that, Patara said. Yukiharu gulped as he heard that. He wasn't sure what to think of the woman saying that in such a happy tone. Could it be that she was already aware? Or that she was overcharging? Who knows? We aren't, Yukiharu said in a very neutral tone. Michi didn't know what to add to the exchange. Patara grabbed a small bag from a small cardboard box on the other side of the room and placed the rocks inside of it. She walked up to them and gave them the bag to Michi. Now, promise me you won't send anyone weird to this shop. It is pretty calm these days. We like the very chill atmosphere around here. We want to keep it that way, Patara said before moving close to them once more. Tell my nephew that it will be 1,800. What do they do? Liras? Or what's the name of the money they have? I don't know. For the rocks. I'm giving you a discount because of how he scared you. Patara moved close to Michi and hugged her. After that, she moved to Yuki and kissed him on the cheek. How nice of her. I'm pretty sure this won't have any sort of repercussions on our anti-magic type of deals. I hope not. Nah, I don't think so. He was still thinking about what the woman just said, so the kiss took him by surprise. Come again, say hello to my friends under the bridge. Madara said before lying down on her couch once more. What the? Yukiharu was about to ask the woman who she knew all of this, but he noticed the woman pulling the earplugs back on. His curiosity was getting the best of him, but he decided to let it go. How did she? Yuki asked as he quickly looked in Michi's direction. We probably should talk about this later, Michi said as she pulled Yuki towards the entrance, but Tara simply waved them as they made their way out of the bedroom. The pair paid what they owed and left the store. They kept looking over the shoulders the entire way out of the stores. Yeah, they don't want to get blasted. To live with a hole on their chest. After quickly leaving the shop, they went downstairs and stood there dumbfounded. Maybe that woman is a seer, or maybe she saw us jump off the bridge the other day. Michi said, trying to find a reason why she will know. Could be, but that would be too much of a coincidence. I don't remember ever mentioning something related to Amber, only that it was a present, Yukiharu said. He looked back towards the entrance of the shop. She knows more about us than we would like to, Yuki said. Maybe the smell of blue and amber has got on us. Maybe Amber did say that he knew her, so she probably remembers. She probably realized the present was for Lua, Michi suggested. Yukiharu raised his arm and sniffed his shirt. He could only smell the incense. The incense was way too strong. I'm not sure about that, but it could be possible. However, that doesn't explain how she knew about her nephew scaring us, Yukiharu said after calming down. The pair remained silent for a moment. You're starting to smell like strawberries again. Your hair, Yukiharu said with a smile. I could recognize your scent from a kilometer away. Wait, Michi smiled, a bit embarrassed about him saying that. Well, I'll let you find me quite easily if I get in trouble, Michi said before grabbing his arm again. She was much more relaxed now. Yeah, let's leave this place before, anything else happens. I just hope the next time we encounter that woman, it isn't in a dangerous situation, said Yuki. Michi simply nodded that they weren't far from Brentbar residence, so they decided to go there right away. Loading. Alright, well, I think I'll collect with here. I think we have read for over an hour, I think. Yeah, over an hour. For sure, I'm going to do a lot of cuts on this one. Maybe I'm reading too late and I shouldn't be doing that. So, well, how do I save? Alright. No, it's over here. It's saved. It's all saved. 2022. What was it? April? No, yeah, it was a while then. Did they change a bit of the menu? Because I remember it being a bit different. I have to save site. Okay. Because I think I remember having a complaint with how the save works, but nah, whatever. It seems to be fine now, if there was ever a trouble. So well, I guess we'll continue this later, whenever that is. So thank you so much for watching. Guess I'll see you when I see everyone. Take care. Remember to stay safe. Drink water, brush your teeth, floss your teeth, and well, it's like 2:11 a.m. in the morning, so I think I need to just go to rest already. Well, so far I like it. I like the couple of new backgrounds we saw. The new characters seems fine. Be constant characters or just a one-time incident kind of thing. They are fine. So well, I mean, so far so good. So guess we'll finish this later. See you.